Georgia. I'm the rototiller guy. I'm a landscaper here in Southern California. What we're doing is we're just shaving. We're not digging down with any earnest. We're not trying to get down into the soil yet. We're just shaving the unwanted material off the top surface. So we're just in an effort to remove what we don't want in our area. We've shaved off the top, but now we're shoveling it and removing it out of the soil area. So you do as diligent a job as you can here, and then you're just constantly taking out the little bits that are left on the surface. You're just raking them off and taking them off as well. What I'm going to show you now is the process of rototilling the soil. So we've prepared the soil already by taking off the unwanted foliage, the grass and the weeds that we don't want, and then we've pickaxed to a surface of to a level about 6 or 8 inches deep. The reason we do the rototilling after we've done the pickaxing is we want to really ensure that we're getting 6 or 8 inches below ground surface level, and so that we've got big chunks of soil. And now we're going to rototill. We did the pickaxing so that makes it easier, and the rototiller can do a better job of actually mincing up. It sort of liquefies the soil and bring the roots of the unwanted material in the ground. It's going to sort of make that rise to the top, and it just makes the soil much easier to deal with rather than these big chunks from the pickaxing. Now I'm going to show you how to spread seed on your prepared soil. So you get one of these seed spreaders, and you dump seed into the bin, and basically just walking around the grass agitates the seed, and it throws it around outside. And then after you've thrown the seed out, you want to give it a small covering, just a really light covering of some compost on top of the seed to keep the seed moist and to keep the birds from coming and eating the seed. And this is how you should rake and level and even out your soil after you've done all the grading and amending the soil. So primarily, first of all, if you want to do a rough leveling with this landscaping rake, and then after you've got it pretty generally like the way you want it, then we use a piece of 2x4, and we use it like a screed, like you would do on cement work, and we do a final level. It makes it absolutely bored flat. So there's no hills and valleys in the grass when we lay down the sod on top of this. So any low spots, we're going to know it right away, and then any high spots we can brush into the low spots. I'm going to show you now how to install the sod. You've done all the soil prep, we've leveled out the soil, leveled and graded the soil, and so now it's time to lay down the sod. And the sod basically goes down kind of like a brickwork. You want to stack them on top of each other and sort of stagger the seams. And so that's why you lay them, you don't want to lay them flush on each other, you want to lay them with a stagger like a brickwork and lay them out. And you want to get the edges really tight up close to each other so that it doesn't dry out, and if you don't get them really close together, it'll dry out and it'll get brown on the seams, and it just doesn't look great. And it helps mend it quickly. If you get them really nice and tight together, it'll mend within about 2 weeks. All the seams sort of go away. I'm going to talk to you now about how to maintain the lawn, the new lawn that you're installing. So initially when you're putting the lawn in, it's really just a seedling, just like you would buy a seedling at any nursery. And so it's going to initially, it doesn't have the root system in the new soil yet, and so you've got to do a lot more to it initially to encourage it to get the root system down into the soil. So there's a lot more watering initially at the onset of installing the lawn. So, and I recommend to my customers that they water 3 times a day for about 15 minutes. And I recommend that they start at 4 in the morning, and then 8 in the morning, and then 4 in the afternoon. And that does is it does not allow the grass to get dry. You're just really trying to keep it moist and wet, and that's going to encourage the roots to get in. Now 2 weeks later, then you can go to 2 times per day. And this is every day, 2 times a day, and you go 6 in the morning and then 4 in the afternoon. Still again 15 minutes each watering. And then 2 weeks later, it's just 1 time per day, and that's 6 in the morning is really just the best time to be watering. And then after that last 2 weeks, you go on to your normal watering, which is here in Los Angeles, it's 3 times per week you're allowed to water, and you're not allowed to water more than 15 minutes. But because now you've got the root system really deep set, 6 or 8 inches into the soil, the grass doesn't dry out. You've encouraged the roots to get down nice and deep, and so now you've got a more drought tolerant lawn because the roots are so deep in the soil. So again, this is Mike Georgia, the rototiller guy, and that's how we do the watering schedule and maintenance of a new